What if I told you there's a way to keep your room dust-free for days without constantly cleaning? Well, the answer comes from a place where cleanliness is taken very seriously. You know that awful feeling of wiping down the floor today and finding dust again tomorrow? That ends now. I'm going to show you 12 simple tricks that will transform your room into a dust-free space for 48 hours or even more. And the best part, you won't need anything expensive or complicated. These are practical methods that anyone can do, regardless of age or physical condition. If you're tired of cleaning and cleaning without seeing results, this video is for you. Get ready, because what you're going to learn here will completely change the way you take care of your room. And listen up. There's a secret at the end that very few people know, and that makes all the difference. So stay with me until the end, because every minute of this video is worth its weight in gold for anyone who wants a consistently clean and healthy room. Tip 1. The damp cloths in the right direction. Let's start with the basics, but something many people do wrong. When you dust your furniture, you just wipe it any old way, right? Well, know that this makes all the difference in the result. The secret is to use a slightly damp cloth, never a dry one, and always wipe in a single direction. You know why? When you wipe with a dry cloth, the dust doesn't stick to it. It just spreads through the air and then falls back onto the furniture. That's why it seems like you've cleaned it, but soon after the dust is back again. Now, when you dampen the cloth just a little, just enough to make it slightly damp, the dust really sticks to it. And when you always wipe in the same direction, from one side to the other without going back and forth, you remove the dust completely. No circular motions that only spread dirt. The correct technique is to start from one corner of the furniture and go to the other corner, always in the same direction. Then you turn the cloth over to the clean side and do the same thing in the next area. It seems simple, and it really is, but it makes a huge difference. And there's more. After wiping with a damp cloth, wait about 2 minutes for the surface to dry naturally. This creates a thin layer that makes it harder for dust to stick again. It's like you're protecting the furniture. Oh, and an important tip: wash this cloth frequently. A dirty cloth will only spread more dirt, so always have 2 or 3 clean cloths separate just for dusting. You'll see that with this simple technique, your furniture will stay clean for much longer. And the best part, you'll spend less time cleaning because you won't need to do it every day. Tip 2. The top-down technique without exception. Now pay attention to this trick that seems obvious, but that most people completely ignore. You should always clean from top to bottom without skipping any part. And when I say always, I mean always. I'll explain why this is so important. Dust is light and falls with gravity. So if you clean the floor or the underside of furniture first, all the dust you remove from above will fall exactly where you've already cleaned. The result? You work twice as hard and get half the result. Start with the ceiling, especially in the corners where cobwebs accumulate. Then go to the top of cabinets, high shelves, and light fixtures. Next, move down to mid-height furniture, such as dressers, bedside tables, and televisions. Only after that should you go to the lower parts, such as the edge of the bed and baseboards, and finally, the floor. This order can never be reversed. And there's a detail that many people forget. When cleaning each part, lightly tap with the cloth so the dust doesn't fly into the air. Smooth and controlled movements are key. Shaking everything vigorously won't help because you'll only spread dust all over the room. And here's something interesting. When you follow this correct order, you also get less tired. Your body works more naturally, following the up and down motion. You don't keep going up and down, wasting energy unnecessarily. Besides, it's mentally better too. You see the progress happening clearly. Finish the ceiling, checked. Finish the tall furniture, done. It's like you're completing stages of a plan, and that gives a good feeling of accomplishment. And you know what happens when you do it right. The dust takes much longer to return because you've truly removed it from all surfaces in the correct order. Tip 3. The power of vinegar in cleaning water. You probably already have vinegar in your kitchen, right? Well, you should know that it's one of the best allies for keeping your room dust-free. And guess what? It's cheap, doesn't harm your health, and works better than many expensive products out there. I'll teach you how to use it. Take a bucket or basin of warm water. For every liter of water, add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. That's all. This mixture has an incredible power to attract and hold dust. Vinegar has properties that make the dirt stick better to the cloth, preventing it from flying around in the air. And don't worry about the smell, because it disappears quickly in just a few minutes. Wet your cloth in this vinegar water, wring it out well so it doesn't drip, and wipe the furniture. You'll notice that the dust comes off much more easily. And there's another advantage. Vinegar also cleans stains and gives a natural shine to furniture. It works on wood, glass surfaces, plastic, and metal. It's practically universal. And look how interesting. This mixture also helps eliminate dust mites, those microscopic creatures that live in dust and cause allergies in so many people. So if you or someone in your house has allergy problems, coughs, or sneezes, this technique will help a lot. Now, an important observation. Do not use pure vinegar directly on furniture. Always dilute it in water. Pure vinegar can be too strong for some surfaces. And another thing, you can also use this vinegar and water mixture to mop the floor afterward. It's a 2-in-1. You clean the furniture and then use the same mixture on the floor. Economical and efficient. Do this procedure once a week, and you will see how the amount of dust in your room will decrease drastically. Before we continue, can you do me a favor? If you're enjoying these tips, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. And tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's on the other side of the screen following these tips. Now let's continue because there are still many good tricks ahead. Tip 4. Change your bed linens more often. It might seem unrelated, but bed linens are one of the biggest sources of dust in the bedroom. Do you know why? Because while we sleep, we shed skin cells, sweat, and hair. All of this accumulates in the sheets, pillow, and blanket. And these particles attract dust and feed dust mites. So one of the most efficient ways to reduce dust is to change your bed linens more frequently. Ideally, do this once a week, or at most every 10 days. I know it's a lot of work, but the result is well worth it. When you put on clean bed linens, the whole room feels fresher and there's less dust in the air. And when taking off the dirty linens, do it carefully. Don't shake the sheets forcefully, otherwise you'll spread dust all over the room. Roll them up gently and take them straight to the laundry. And when putting on clean linens, it's good to make sure they are completely dry. Damp linens attract more dust and can even create mold. So make sure they're completely dry before making the bed. And here's an extra tip. Choose cotton or microfiber fabrics, which release fewer particles into the air. Avoid very fuzzy or synthetic fabrics that shed lint. The smoother the fabric, the better. Oh, and don't forget the pillows. They also need to be washed from time to time, not just the pillowcase. Every 3 months, wash the entire pillow or put it in the sun for a few hours. The sun kills dust mites and renews the pillow. And if you use a blanket or comforter, wash them at least once a month. It seems like a lot of work at first, but once you get into the rhythm, it becomes routine, and your room will thank you with much less dust, fewer allergies, and much cleaner air for you to sleep peacefully every night. Tip 5. Close windows during peak hours. Many people think that leaving windows open all the time helps to clean the air in the room. But the truth is that at certain times, you are actually bringing more dust inside, especially if you live near busy streets, construction sites, or windy areas. The secret is knowing when to open and when to close. During peak hours, especially early morning and late afternoon, keep the windows closed. It is at these times that more cars and people pass by, and the wind stirs up all the dust from the street. If you leave the window open at these times, all this dirt enters your room. Now, during the morning, after the activity decreases, or in the middle of the afternoon, then you can open it to renew the air. Leave it open for about 20 to 30 minutes, enough for the air to circulate, then close it again. This simple strategy can greatly reduce the amount of dust that enters the room. And there's another thing. If you have a fan or air conditioner, use them wisely. A fan, if not cleaned, also spreads dust. So clean its blades at least once a week. Air conditioners have filters that need to be cleaned regularly, preferably every 2 weeks. A dirty filter throws the dust back into the air, so there's no point in leaving the unit on if it's dirty. And a tip that many people don't know: use lightweight curtains that can be easily washed. Heavy curtains accumulate a lot of dust. If you can, choose blinds or thin fabric curtains that you can remove and machine wash without any problem. The less heavy fabric in the room, the better. And look, if you live in a very dusty place, it's worth investing in a very fine screen to put on the window. It lets air through but blocks a good portion of the dust. It's a small investment that makes a big difference in everyday life. Tip 6. Vacuum under the bed and furniture. Now let's talk about a place everyone forgets: under the bed and under the furniture. It's incredible how much dust accumulates in these hidden places. And the worst part is that this dust doesn't stay still there. Every time you walk around the room, the movement makes it rise and spread again. So it's no use just cleaning what's visible. You need to go after the hidden dust too. At least once a week, pull the bed up a little and vacuum underneath. If you don't have a vacuum cleaner, use a broom with a damp cloth tied to the end. That already helps a lot. Also vacuum under the dresser, the wardrobe, all the furniture you can reach. This simple action eliminates a lot of dirt you don't even imagine is there. And there's more. When vacuuming, don't make sudden movements. Go slowly, so the vacuum cleaner has time to really suck up the dust. Rushing doesn't work. The slower and more careful you are, the better the result. And don't forget the corners and baseboards. Dust loves to accumulate there. Use the narrow nozzle of the vacuum cleaner or a cloth to reach these difficult places. If you have a carpet in your bedroom, it deserves special attention. Carpets are a real breeding ground for dust, pet hair, and mites. Vacuum your carpet at least twice a week, and if possible, take it outside and beat it well from time to time. The sun also helps kill the mites that live in it. Another important thing: empty the vacuum cleaner bag or reservoir frequently. If it's full, the vacuum cleaner loses efficiency and even releases dust back into the air. So after use, check and empty it if necessary. These precautions make all the difference. A room with clean corners and hidden places is a room that stays dust-free for much longer. You'll notice you'll breathe better and have fewer allergy attacks. Before we continue, let me tell you something quick. If you want to have a clean, organized, and fragrant home without wasting hours of your day or spending money on expensive products, I prepared a complete guide with easy homemade recipes, a weekly checklist, and professional tricks that really work. The link is in the first pinned comment. Now let's continue with the video. Tip 7. Reduce decorative objects and dust collectors. Look, I know it's nice to have a room full of decorations, photos, and trinkets. But the truth is, every object you put in your room is another surface that accumulates dust. And the more things you have, the more work it takes to clean everything. So one of the smartest ways to keep your room dust-free is simply to have fewer objects scattered around. Make an honest assessment. Do you really need all those decorations? That pile of pillows on the bed? Those decorative boxes on the dresser? If the answer is no, store them away or donate them. Keep only the essentials. The more free surface area, the less place for dust to accumulate. And you don't have to make your room boring. You can have decorations, but in a more minimalist way. One well-chosen photo is worth more than 10 scattered around. A small pot with a real plant is better than 5 plastic ornaments. Less is more, especially when it comes to cleaning. And look at the advantage. Besides accumulating less dust, you clean much faster. Instead of picking up each item individually to dust it, you wipe the surface directly and you're done. Save time and energy. Now, if you really like having some decorative objects, at least store them inside a glass display case or on shelves with doors. This way, dust won't get to them so easily. And when you need to clean, just wipe the outside of the glass with a cloth. Much more practical. And a golden tip: avoid stuffed animals, shaggy rugs, and curtains with a lot of texture. These items are real magnets for dust and mites. If you have a child who likes stuffed animals, arrange to wash them every week. Put them in the washing machine, inside a closed pillowcase to protect them. They'll be clean and dust-free. The golden rule is this: every item removed from the room means less dust for you to worry about. Think about this when buying something new or reorganizing the space. Tip 8. Use the power of baking soda on your mattress. Now comes a tip that many people don't know, but that makes a huge difference. The mattress where you sleep also accumulates dust, mites, sweat, and dead skin cells. That's a lot. And all of this stays there under the sheets, harming the quality of your sleep and increasing dust in the room. The solution is simple and cheap: baking soda. Once a month, remove all the bedding and leave the mattress bare. Take a box of baking soda and spread it all over the mattress, making a thin, even layer. Baking soda has the power to absorb moisture, kill mites, and neutralize odors. After spreading it, let it sit for at least 2 hours. If you can leave it for a whole day, even better. During this time, open the window to air out the room. After 2 hours, take the vacuum cleaner and vacuum the entire mattress, sucking up all the baking soda. You'll see that in addition to cleaning, the mattress smells fresh and renewed. And the best part, all that invisible dirt that was there has been eliminated. Do this once a month and you'll notice you sleep better and wake up less congested. Oh, and if your mattress has stains, you can make a paste with baking soda and a little water, gently scrub with a soft brush, and then vacuum. It removes sweat stains, coffee stains, anything. And don't worry, baking soda won't damage the mattress fabric. It's safe and natural. Another cool thing: if you have foam pillows, you can do the same process with them. Spread baking soda, leave for a few hours, vacuum, it'll be brand new. And look, this baking soda trick also works for sofas, upholstered chairs, anything with fabric that can't be machine washed. It's a way to do deep cleaning without hiring anyone and without spending almost anything. A box of baking soda costs little and lasts a long time. Tip 9. Clean fans and light fixtures frequently. Have you ever noticed how dust accumulates on fan blades and light fixtures? And worse, when you turn on the fan, it throws all that dust into the air. The result? You breathe it all in, and the room gets dusty again. That's why it's essential to clean these appliances frequently. I'll teach you an easy way to do it. For the fan, unplug it first. Safety first. Take a damp cloth with water and vinegar, that mixture I taught you before. Carefully wipe each fan blade. A lot of dirt will come off. You'll be surprised. Turn the cloth to the clean side and wipe again. Do this on all the blades, then clean the protective grill and the base as well. Let it air dry before turning it back on. Do this cleaning at least once a week. It seems like a lot, but it takes less than 5 minutes and makes all the difference. Now, light fixtures also accumulate a lot of dust, especially those with glass or plastic shades. At least once a month, remove the shade if it's removable, wash it with soap and water, dry it well, and put it back on. If it's not removable, carefully wipe it with a damp cloth, always with the light off and cool, to avoid the risk of breakage from thermal shock. And don't forget the light bulbs. They also collect dust. With a dry cloth, gently wipe them to remove dust. Clean light bulbs provide better illumination and last longer. One important thing, if you have a chandelier with many parts, it may seem laborious to clean, but do it in stages. 1 week you clean one part, the next week another part. This way it doesn't get tiring and you keep everything clean. Oh, and be careful with crystal chandeliers or those with many trinkets. They are beautiful, but they accumulate too much dust. If you have one of these, consider whether the constant cleaning is really worth it. Sometimes replacing it with something simpler makes your life much easier. Remember, anything high up in the room that is forgotten during cleaning will accumulate dust and then spread it throughout the room. Tip 10. Use protective covers on pillows and mattresses. This tip is powerful and many people don't use it. There are special pillow and mattress covers that act as a protective barrier. They prevent dust, mites, dust, and dirt from penetrating the pillow and mattress. It's like creating an extra layer of defense. These covers are made of a special, tightly woven fabric that doesn't let dust mites through. You put the cover on the pillow and mattress and then put your normal bedding on top. It's an invisible but super effective protection. The good thing about these covers is that they are washable. You remove and wash them once a month along with the bedding. This keeps everything always protected and clean. And look at this interesting fact. Studies show that these covers reduce the number of dust mites in the mattress and pillow by up to 80%. That's a huge difference, especially for those who suffer from allergies. If you wake up with a stuffy nose, sneezing, and irritated eyes, it may be that dust mites are bothering you during the night. With these covers, you will feel a great improvement, sleep better, and wake up more refreshed. Now, when buying, look for hypoallergenic or anti-mite covers. They are sold in bed, bath, and table linen stores, or even in pharmacies. The investment is well worth it because they last for years. It's a purchase you make once and enjoy for a long time. And don't worry about comfort. These covers are very thin, and you won't even feel them there. It doesn't change anything about your sleep. You'll only notice the difference in air quality and the reduction of dust in the room. Oh, and an extra tip. If you have a duvet or blanket, there are also covers for them. It's worth investing in everything to have complete protection. The less direct contact you have with mites and dust, the better for your health. And remember, these covers do not replace regular washing of bed linens. They are a complement, an extra layer of protection. Tip 11. Organize your wardrobe to prevent dust from getting on your clothes. The wardrobe is another major culprit when it comes to dust. Poorly folded clothes, messy piles, open boxes, all of this accumulates dust that then spreads throughout the entire room every time you open the closet door. So organizing your wardrobe isn't just a matter of aesthetics, it's a matter of health and cleanliness. I'll give you some practical tips to do this. First thing, take everything out of the wardrobe. That's right, empty everything. Take the opportunity to clean the shelves, drawers, and the back of the wardrobe with a damp cloth and vinegar. A lot of accumulated dust will come out. Then separate the clothes you actually wear from those that are just taking up space. Donate or store elsewhere what you no longer use. The less clothes crammed into the closet, the less dust. Now, when organizing again, use organizing boxes with lids. They protect clothes from dust and keep everything tidy up. Put bed linens in one box, towels in another, out-of-season clothes in another. Everything closed and protected. For clothes that hang, use plastic or fabric covers, especially clothes you rarely wear, like that winter coat or that party dress. With a cover, they stay clean for much longer. And you know those fabric bags that absorb moisture. Put some of them inside the wardrobe. They prevent mold, and also reduce dust. You can find them in home and construction stores. Another important tip: don't store dirty clothes with clean clothes. Have a separate laundry basket for dirty clothes, preferably with a lid, so the dirt doesn't spread around the room. And when you wash and put away clean clothes, make sure they are completely dry. Damp clothes attract dust and can mold inside the closet. Organize your wardrobe once and maintain the organization. It's much easier to maintain than to reorganize. And you'll see that with everything in its place and protected, the dust in the room will decrease considerably. Tip 12. Do a thorough cleaning every 2 weeks. Last but not least, the secret to keeping your room dust-free for 48 hours or more is to have a routine. It's no use doing a super cleaning today and then forgetting about it for weeks. Ideally, you should do a general cleaning every 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be a heavy cleaning every time. It can be something lighter, but that covers everything. Set aside a day of the week, an hour of your time, and do the cleaning following all the tips I've taught here. Start from top to bottom. Use a damp cloth with vinegar, vacuum the corners, clean the fan, change the bed linens, sprinkle baking soda on the mattress when it's the right month. Follow a step-by-step process. You can even make a list so you don't forget anything. This routine is what will ensure that the room is always clean and healthy. And you know what's great? Once you get into the rhythm, cleaning becomes faster and faster because the room doesn't accumulate as much dirt. It's easier to keep it clean than to clean from scratch every time. And another thing, involve the family. If you live with other people, agree together to keep the room clean. Everyone does their part. That way, no one gets overwhelmed and everyone benefits from a healthier environment. And it might seem silly, but write down the cleaning days on a calendar. This helps create the habit and you won't forget. Over time, it becomes automatic. You don't even need to think, you just do it. And believe me, a clean, dust-free room improves your mood and sleep quality. You wake up more refreshed, breathe better, and have fewer allergy attacks. It's worth every minute invested in cleaning, and when you see the result, that fragrant, clean, organized room, the feeling of satisfaction is wonderful. You feel good being there, so don't get discouraged. Start applying these tips today and watch the transformation happen. Okay, now you know 12 tricks to keep your room dust-free for 48 hours or more. These are simple techniques that anyone can do with products you already have at home or that cost very little. The secret is consistency and doing each step correctly. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be done carefully. Always remember, cleanliness isn't just about aesthetics, it's about health. A clean room prevents allergies, improves sleep, and increases quality of life. So it's well worth investing a little time every week to take care of the place where you rest. And look, if you apply these tips, I'm sure you'll see results in the first few days. You'll notice that the dust takes longer to return, that the air is lighter, and that you breathe better. And that's priceless. Before finishing, I want to remind you of something important. If you want to have a house that's always clean, organized, and smells good without wasting hours of your day, and without spending money on expensive products, I've prepared a complete guide with simple homemade recipes, a weekly checklist, and professional tricks that really work. The link is in the first pinned comment. It's worth checking out to transform your routine in a practical and economical way. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos with more cleaning and organization tips. And tell me in the comments, which of these tips will you apply first? I'm curious to know. Hugs and see you in the next video.